All right, 7:13, it is July, it's summer. All you want is a little vacation, but money might be tight. So there are still some summer holiday destinations that won't break your bank account. Connecticut travel agent and bargain hunter Ingrid King is with us once again this morning with some hot summertime travel bargains. Ingrid, first of all, I said Ingrid before the break. Let me apologize for that.
That's okay.
Now, let's say I have $500 in my pocket, all right, and I want to get out of Dodge. What are some possibilities right out of the gate?
You might get into Maine for one night.
Is that right?
Yes.
Is that? Oh, wow.
Yes. So,
very exotic.
Right. Well, this is peak season, you know, in New England.
That's true.
So if you stretch it, triple that, and you could go to Cancun for a week, all inclusive, airfare, resort, all your meals and entertainment.
For $1,500?
For $1,500 per person, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So you say it's peak season in New England because, hey, it's summer, it's warm and everything.
Yes.
Does this make it a little bit less expensive to maybe go to some of those places that are much more heavily populated in winter, like Florida or maybe, I don't know, Arizona? Or the Caribbean, for that matter?
Absolutely, the Caribbean, I would definitely do that because you have the breezes. Arizona doesn't have a lot of breezes, as much as I love Sedona. The ocean breezes are hard to find in Arizona. You do find them, of course, in Cancun and in Florida and in the Caribbean. And you could do any one of those. Florida is not all inclusive, but the Caribbean is. So you can have airfare, resort, and hotels for a week, meals.
Okay.
For a week for about $1,500 per person.
And you get
air inclusive from Bradley.
And you get those trade winds that help keep it cool the whole time.
Yes.
So why are some places more expensive and some, you know, it could be hit and miss, right?
It has to do with seasons. Summertime, of course, schools are out.
Yeah.
So therefore, you have about between Maine and New Jersey, you're adding 6 million people to the traveling public when schools are out. So therefore, the seasons are very important. They're based on climate and they're based on availability, and not just of funds, but on travel time.
So supply and demand.
Supply and demand, absolutely.
How popular is a place like Alaska this time of year?
Excellent, and it's beautiful. I actually did some research yesterday, and I found a cruise and airfare 1 week with Princess for $1,521.38, including air from Bradley.
So you're from Bradley out to, say, Seattle or Vancouver?
Flying into Anchorage and cruising southbound to Vancouver.
Oh, interesting.
And transportation from the airport to the hotel in Vancouver and to the cruise ship in Vancouver, and back from the cruise ship to the airport. I did that reverse, into Anchorage and out of Vancouver.
Basically from your front door out and then back to your front door.
Correct.
Is it what you get? You get what you paid for. If you pay less, you're going to get a shabby hotel room.
Correct.
Typically, yeah.
Travel is absolutely a case of what you're going to get what you pay for. And also your expectations have a lot to do, so your preparations. And this is why I think it's so important for travelers to absolutely speak with a travel professional, somebody who
like
is,
you, for example.
Yes, thank you. Somebody who actually is experienced, who has been there and done it. That's very important.
Talk about the national parks, if you would, because some, depending on where they are and so forth, are really crowded. And we have
Yellowstone, I think, is always a winner. It's beautiful in wintertime or in summertime.
I've never been.
Oh, you must go there, absolutely. Grand Canyon is fantastic, but that's pretty hot at this time of year.
Yeah,
so
but you know, it's a dry heat, right?
It is a dry heat, and you can go down into the river, to the valley, on the Colorado River, and cool off. So that's an option.
Right on the back of a burro all the way down.
That too.
Or a helicopter, I suppose.
Yes.
I love Arizona. You just got back from Europe maybe a week or so ago. Tell us about your trip.
Yes, I came back from Norway, which is the land of my birth. And we did a Norwegian coastal voyage from Bergen all the way up to Kirkenes. And we have some pictures that we took. This is Bergen, an area called Bryggen, and you're looking at 900 to 1,000-year-old houses. This is coming into the Trollfjord, after which our ship was named, and is absolutely magical.
Wow.
And now we're looking at one of my ancestors. This is one of the trolls. They're known to eat children and women. So be careful, don't get too close.
Trolls that eat children and women?
Yes, they do. So be careful.
How come that doesn't happen here?
I don't know. Maybe we're not old enough yet.
Okay.
That could be why. And this is a Viking chief that you're looking at right there. We were a guest in his house for dinner, and he introduced us to his wife. He scolded his servants in our presence, and that was very charming to watch. These are two of my travel companions, yours truly in the middle, not quite prepared for pictures. I was holding up.
Beautiful.
Thank you. I was holding up a column in the previous picture.
Can I ask you, is Europe generally very expensive to get over there, and not only to get there, but also to stay there and do things?
Yes. This is, by the way, the customs house in Bergen. Used to be a jail. The $5 a day, $10 a day, $25 a day of the 1960s and 70s, that's now history.
Swanky looking jail. Pretty
It
nice
was.
looking, you know, I
Very
mean, if you have to
swanky.
be in jail, you might as well be there.
Hard to get out
So you're
though.
from Norway originally?
Yes, I am.
I had you pegged for
I'm a
Farmington.
Viking.
I thought you had a Farmington dialect. Maybe
I have a
West Hartford? I don't know. But you're out of Norwich.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. There's a Norwich in England too, you know, and I spent 2 years at college in London, so perhaps some of it comes from there.
Very well traveled. Inger, you know what, Ingrid King, you're out of Norwich, fantastic travel agent. Obviously, you want to get the goods from somebody who knows. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And of